It's really huge for them. They haven't won in a hot freaking minute like this. Yeah, so the Celtics in game 5, they could still score efficiently. Um, even though that's when Jason Tatum got injured. So anyone that saw the score of that game 6, it was like kind of an ass whooping. I'm not gonna lie to you. 6 of the Knicks' first 7 playoff wins were within 3 points in the last 5 minutes. The one exception was game 1 of the first round when they trailed the Pistons by 8 early in the fourth quarter and then proceeded to go on a 21-0 run. So this was their first really comfortable win of their playoff series, and I'm just really happy about it. Also, not to mention seeing everybody outside in Times Square, period. I love that for them. I know New York would literally erupt if the Knicks won. So I'm really going back and forth. I still don't even know who I'm cheering for, honestly. I was really rooting for the Pacers, but now I'm really rooting for the Knicks. I don't know. I didn't really think they were gonna win, but then I did, and I was anyways, I don't know. The one thing I ask from all of you, you need to let me know who you are rooting for in the finals. Who do you think gets the chip here? I just need to know your guys' thoughts. So of course, as mostly everyone that follows basketball probably knows, Jason Tatum tore his Achilles, which, yeah, listen, I know I've been very vocal about not liking the guy, but that is a pretty shitty situation. I'm not happy about that for him. That'd be kind of evil. Literally no part of me is gonna sit here and say, thank God that happened to him. That is a shitty situation. And yeah, so it's a bummer for him, obviously. That injury definitely changed the outlook of the Celtics off season. Just because unless they're confident that he's gonna be back 100%, when the next season starts, yeah, it's gonna look a little rocky. I just find that if he's not ready to go next season, that team is gonna look really, really different in terms of being title contenders, just because the guys they have really can't do it without him. I don't find, especially with contracts ending and stuff, but that is a problem for a later date. They're out, Knicks are in. So yeah, the Knicks are going to be going on to play the Pacers, which is a matchup I'm honestly really excited to see. The next matchup that we saw were the Timberwolves versus Golden State. Obviously, Steph Curry suffered a hamstring injury in the second quarter of game 1 of that series, which was a huge difference maker for that series, in terms of having their leading scorer, their best man, being out. That definitely was a doozy for them. It's obviously no secret that Steph Curry is an offensive weapon for Golden State, so losing him so early on, game 1, losing him at all obviously sucks, but game 1 is crazy. So that first game, they were leading 30-20. Golden State was leading 30-20. As Curry limped off, he got hurt, obviously, and then the rest of the way, the Wolves outscored them by 46 points, which, yeah, that'll do it. Really depends how you look at the situation, right? Could Steph Curry have scored 46 points and made up that deficit? Yeah, for sure, most likely. But you also have to look at it as okay, if that was happening, Minnesota would have pushed back. They would have tightened up defense. They would, they would have had a response for that. So it was definitely a difference maker for sure. But, the whole argument of oh, if he wasn't hurt, we would have swept them. I don't know if it's really valid, in my opinion. Sorry to all the Golden State fans. I think the Timberwolves are just really good, and I think that people are really trying to sell them short. And I don't know. I don't think that's fair. I think they are proving to be a competitor. They are proving to be a competitor for sure. Sorry, I don't know why I said that so weird. Along with Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler came into the series with a bruised glute, which was a leftover from crashing to the floor in game 2 of their first round against the Houston Rockets. He was also said to be sick on Monday in game 4. I don't know. Jimmy Butler's best. I don't think anyone can deny that. Like, he just, I don't know, it hasn't been tea for him. Golden State got outscored by 37 points when the veteran forward was on the court. It was 1 point better overall in the minutes that he sat. Like, he just really wasn't giving what they needed. And I don't know, I'm not the biggest Jimmy Butler fan. It's not like I can't stand the guy, but I don't think he's proving to have plateaued for sure, in my opinion. Obviously, we'll never know if Steph Curry could have returned for game 6. The likelihood of him benefiting from another full 3 days of rehab, I don't know, we don't know, but he can recover in the offseason, obviously. Like, you wouldn't have wanted to risk him pushing and playing and then, like, literally, like, destroying himself. So, honestly, I think Golden State just needs to take the L here, and, yeah, so that's that. Obviously, the season and then the playoffs have been so crazy with the freaking injury bug, right? Like, Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, as mentioned, and then now Steph Curry. Like, you really don't want these literal, like, superstars just destroying themselves just to, like, lose the playoff game. Like, what the hell? Okay, next we're talking about the Pacers literally sweeping the hell out of the Cavs. Like, what the fuck was that? I'm sorry, the Cavs were supposed to be the best team in their conference. What? I know they had injuries, I understand that, but, like, I was totally not expecting that. I don't think anyone was. I was definitely rooting for the Cavs. Sorry, I was definitely rooting for the Pacers. Hold up. I was definitely rooting for the Pacers when it came to them playing the Cavs, but I really did not expect that 4-1 sweep. Like, that was crazy. I was loving that. They knocked them out in game 5 on Tuesday night, 114 to 105, and it was a pretty similar outcome to the other games in the series. Cleveland jumped out to a big first half lead, but Indiana's quick tempo eventually, like, brought them back up. Like, they said, no, think again. They said, we got on the drawing board in the locker room. Like, in the first round, the Cavs swept the hell out of the Heat, which, like, let's be real, how did they even make the playoffs? No tea, no shade to the Heat, but, like, what the fuck was that? Like, come on now. But yeah, they were unable to, match up with the Pacers, which, I don't know, I was happy to see them beat the Cavs after beating the Bucks. I was a little butthurt. I was a little bit like, what the hell? I was impressed, but butthurt. So seeing them going in and beating the Cavs, it was really satisfying for me, in my opinion. Okay, and then the last pairing we had was OKC versus the Nuggets. That was the very last game of the second round that took place today while I was at work. Was I watching it at work? That's a secret I'll never tell. But the Thunder, they left no doubt in game 7, girl. Like, they locked in on that defense. Like, they said, Joker, we don't know her. And they really did their thing. Yeah, they forced so many turnovers. They forced 22 turnovers, and they just, like, swarmed the hell out of them with defense. It was a fun game to watch, I'm not even gonna lie. I think it's hard, like, when you win, like, 68 times in the regular season, you're gonna go in to your playoff season a little bit cocky, a little bit arrogant. Also, not to mention, they breezed through the first round of their playoffs, so they get to the second round, they're against the Denver Nuggets, Joker. They had that sense of superiority. It crept in, we saw that, and I don't know, they took care of it. They said, oh yeah, true, we do have competition. It is not just all about us. We gotta fix up, and I think they did just that. Obviously, everybody's going to be talking about SGA's performance during that game. Obviously, he did such a great job, but I think it's important also to mention that Jalen Williams and Aaron Gordon, they both had really, really good games. The defense against the Joker, like, it was top tier, and ultimately, like, that is what won them that game, and that was huge for them. And yeah, you know what I mean? Like, OKC and the Timberwolves, or are you more excited about the Pacers and the Knicks? Like, let me know. Let me know what the vibes are. I don't know. I think I'm really rooting for the Knicks right now, guys. The Nuggets are 3 years removed from a championship. I just think that it's really kind of starting to show why they lack a little bit of depth, in my opinion. Like, in terms of Joker and Jamal Murray, like, they don't really get the support that they need, I find. And so I think that they need to do a little bit of reconstruction there and figure out the best ways to, like, help them and be more efficient. I don't know. The fuck. Obviously, Michael Porter Jr. didn't play, but, like, let's be real, was that really gonna be, like, the make or break? Most likely not. Anyways, you guys, that is tonight's video. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this wrap up of the second round of the NBA playoffs. Please remember to let me know in the comments which matchup you are the most excited to follow going into the third round, and let me know if your opinion has changed on who you think is winning this championship this year.